Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, showing off another one of my Christmas presents from this past Christmas. This is an Italian stiletto style spring assist knife. It is not a true switchblade, but this is a gift that I think was actually like one that my girlfriend was going to get me, but she gave the idea to her parents instead. But either way, I still got this Italian stiletto style spring assist knife. Now, it's not, like I said, a true switchblade. A switchblade would have a button about right here that you would hit and it comes out. This has this little extension on the blade and you use your finger and it comes out. So it's a similar concept, but it's not exactly the same. It's a little bit more difficult to deploy the blade. Now, this is a cheap one. It's, if you see here, actually I'm not sure if the focus will focus well enough, but it says China right here. So it is made in China. It's not Italian. And of course, you can tell that by just the look of it. So if you see here, it actually has screws holding it together instead of pins. Typically an Italian stiletto has pins in it to hold everything together. The grips are usually fatter as well. Of course, that's to accommodate the switch and the locking mechanism in the handle. So it's obviously not the exact same type of knife. It does have a pretty similar style blade, and the locking mechanism is a lever, or not a lever lock, but a liner lock, I believe is what it's called. So you have a little thing here, you push it over, and then you close it like that. So again, like I said, it's similar to a switchblade. Typically a switchblade does not have a clip, a belt clip on it. So you could put this in your pocket and carry it. And I'm not exactly sure what the laws are, at least in my state, when it comes to carrying a true switchblade, but I do know that spring assist knives are perfectly legal. In fact, I don't really understand why a switchblade itself would be illegal. Maybe unless you're in California or something where things are ridiculous, but this should be perfectly legal to carry. It is a 5-inch handle, and it has the additional 3 inches with the blade, or I'm sorry, 4 inches with the blade, and that makes it a total of 9 inches long, give or take. And when I first got this, first opened it up and tried to figure out how to open it because it wasn't a true switchblade, I actually wasn't holding it firm enough, and when I flicked it out, it actually slipped out of my hand and fell on the floor. So had a little bit of a moment there. But as you can see here, it does have the bayonet style blade on it. Now, it's not sharp on the top, although it looks like it would be, but it is plenty sharp down there. Probably not as sharp as, some other knives. But yeah, so that is my Italian stiletto spring assist knife. This is only the second spring assist knife I have. It says Milano on the blade, so I'm guessing that's the brand that made it. It just says stainless steel, doesn't say what type of stainless steel. So I'm not sure if they got this on Etsy or somewhere else. I don't think I really asked where they got it from. But fun fact, before I ever got into guns and really other sorts of knives as well, the Italian stiletto switchblade and other types of switchblades was really, for a short period of time, that was my passion. Now we're talking about before I was old enough to really own a gun or even go out and buy my own pocket knife or anything, because I think you have to be 16 years old to go out and buy your own pocket knife, or maybe that's just just the store's policies. I don't know, but I do know that for a while, I obviously wasn't old enough to go out and just buy my own knife with my own money. So I just had knives that like I was gifted for Christmas and stuff, but I was really into these switchblades, and that was because of movies like The Goonies and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and The Outsiders. You know, all these movies that had these really cool automatic knives where, you know, people just pulled them out and they pushed a button and then boom, there's your knife blade. You know, there's other movies out there that I've seen since then, like I think the movie All the Pretty Horses. I think one of the prisoners in that movie had a switchblade and he was gonna kill I think it was Matt Damon was in that movie, you know, so one of the Mexican prisoners, you know, pulled out a switchblade and was gonna try to kill Matt Damon, and that was a pretty cool scene because Matt Damon actually won the fight even though he didn't have a switchblade. But, you know, movies like that, you know, just really drew me into these Italian stilettos specifically because I just love the look of them. And obviously this isn't an Italian stiletto switchblade, but it does resemble one. So, you mean you have your nice colorful grips. I think these are called like scallops or something, but you know, the actual grip panels, you can get them in all different colors. The traditional was black. Obviously these are green, and you can get them in like blue, white, red. I've seen orange, purple, and then they obviously make them in like wood and other colors and stuff, so that's really cool. And then you have your nice shiny polished stainless steel, you know, these parts here. I'm not an expert on like all the different terms for all these different parts of the knife, so don't give me, you know, don't make fun of me for that, but I just love the look of this and the little guards that keep your thumb from slipping up into the blade. I just love the look of that. It's kind of like a little bitty sword, is kind of what it reminds me of. But yeah, I just love the look of this. Even though it's not a true switchblade, it is a really cool knife, and I will probably buy myself an actual switchblade. And like I said, you know, this was my passion for a short period of time, and then I got into buying guns, and then the knives kind of fell by the wayside, and so I never actually bought myself a true switchblade. I do have a couple of spring assist knives and a couple of other knives and multi-tools and things like that, which I still think are cool, but I never did get into the switchblades, you know, as far as buying them and collecting them. So now that I have this one, I'll probably look for a true switchblade and get me one of those, and maybe some of the other types, you know, like there's a lever lock, there's an out the front style, and, you know, not just the Italian stiletto style, but, you know, there's just all different types of switchblades and butterfly knives, things like that, that are just really, really cool, and I would like to at least collect a few of them and, you know, kind of show them off and everything. But anyway, so I just thought that was kind of a cool little knife that I got for Christmas this year. So subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.